The Black Gate has fallen to the forces of good, and now the last servants of Sauron, made up of the evil men of the East, now make their last stand at Morgai. Welcome back, guys, and we're here with some more Rise of Mordor action for you today. This is a glorious 3v3 that we have here, and we are using the Ultimate Map Collection, which adds the map of Morgai, which is kind of like, I guess, supposed to represent like the barren wastelands of Mordor. And yeah, it's kind of like a bit of a choke pointy battle, as you can see here. We've got a few like sort of potential choke points that are forming, and there is kind of just really centers around this sort of like encampment here, which I guess is like an orc encampment, which looks kind of a little cool. But yes, we have the forces of good here today. They're made up of Rohan, Gondor, and also the dwarves of Erebor we also have. So I guess Erebor sent a legion of dwarves to come and support in the final push to destroy Sauron. Yeah, so this should be a pretty exciting one. I'm looking forward to this one, that is for sure. This was sent in by a member of the Discord. If you want to send in your own replays to be covered on the channel, then join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. It is the best place for to send them to me. And yeah, if you want to get involved in some Rise of Mordor action as well, feel free to join the Discord. The link is always there to be clicked on. But yes, if you're enjoying Rise of Mordor action, then feel free as well to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support, because we have plenty more awesome scenarios for you to be checking in on. I've got a really cool scenario that is being made at the moment by another subscriber. I'm definitely going to be showing that one off very, very soon. But as you can see here, Dwarven Warriors, followed up by Erebor Axes, look like they're going to be rushing on in, and it seems like they'll be going in against Loki Rim first by the looks of it. And it looks like we've also got like an Erebor force flanking around here. I don't know how many yet. Is this like one Erebor army? It seems like a huge Erebor army. But here we go over here. Look at this. Varag Lancers going in and being caught by... we've got some Ered of the Eastfold here catching them. And this is a pretty nasty spot for the Varag Lancers to be caught out. Because, I mean, Rohan can get cavalry up and get infantry support up as well. And just, like, annihilate this Varag Lancer. I mean, they're traps. They're getting, like, attacked. This other Rohan cavalry unit here, nice as Mark really needs to get in. What we also got here, Ered of the Eastfold, sorry. Seems like we've got lots and lots of Rohan cavalry here today by looks of it, and as you can see, the dwarves have now clashed as well with the Eastlings. They've sent in their Erebor axes. They made sure they got a pretty good charge bonus, and they're going to go in against the Loki and Maceman. Erebor axes are pretty good shock, but they're not like the top tier ones, so we'll have to see how they do. I think they are cheaper than Loki Rim, so we'll have to see how they do. I mean, so are the Dwarven Warriors, and you can see here, Loki and Maceman getting charged pretty badly by these Knights of Silver Swan, actually losing about half their unit. So they're not going to be holding when these Erebor Axe Warriors go flying on in a little bit. We've got Carnage Sentries here set up. But yeah, so we have, on the defense, we have, I believe, 2 Eastling armies. We have, like, Carnage Sentries over here, and we have, yeah, another, like, Eastling army over there. We also have Harad here, which is making up the other one. As you can see here, we have the Serpent guards here, which are looking very, very awesome. Nice to see Harad back in action. And as you can see, we also have Mummoks here. We have Baby Mummock Kill. And they're probably going to be getting plenty of kills, I'm sure, in the right places. But yeah, Dwarven Warriors actually, Erebor Axes here losing. Dwarven Warriors combat even. But yeah, Loki and Maceman actually beating back the shock infantry of the dwarves here. Very surprising. But yeah, these dwarves, they should be able to hold for a little while longer, I imagine. How we doing? Center and like left for like the force of good yet to engage. They're actually pretty slow in arriving. I guess maybe that Varag Lancer slowed them down. But yeah, we've got like Rohan's infantry over here. Got the Earling Retainers. They're pushing up. That might be okay. I mean, they should be okay, but I mean, Rohan's cav is pretty trash. No, Rohan's infantry is pretty trash. So the cav is pretty good. I still feel like it could do with a buff. I think it should be like, since it's the best cavalry like in Middle Earth, supposedly, I feel like they should have better cavalry. Not game breaking good, but like really good, like the best cav around. And it shouldn't be too expensive. Like they shouldn't be like costing a fortune, because it is Rohan's strength. It should be like a good price, but really good results you're gonna get from it. That's the sort of like Rohan cav I would like. For Ringlow Vale Men at Arms going against some who had Beast Tamers. These guys are not the greatest spears. They are heavy spears, actually, surprisingly. Even though like I'm pretty sure like the Mu had like swords and like just light infantry. So I mean, this should be an interesting matchup. Ringlow Vale, I imagine, will get beaten back. They are medium swords. Then swords do beat spears, so that could be an interesting matchup, to be fair. We should see how that one goes. But yeah, it seems like over here already you can see the dwarves being defeated As you can see, these Varag warriors here with their new look. Well, it's not so new anymore, but yeah, their look is awesome look, and they are getting focused down now by archers. And we also got Ered these folk coming into the rear. They need to be careful of this Rohirrim. In they come, boys. Brace! Oh boy, pretty good charge. Pretty good charge indeed. Varag warriors here. Now, yeah, they're trying to cut down what remains of those areas of the Eastfold there. I mean, they've done a really good charge there, and that destroyed that like Varag warrior unit. That basically is nearly redundant. And we've got Carnage sentries here. They're coming up. They're jabbing the dwarves, which is really not a bad idea, to be fair. But yeah, these poor dwarves here getting cut down by... Oh my god, that guy's got a Javi in him. Yeah, and another good charge here by the Rohirrim into the backs of the Varrigs, and they're just trying to do as much damage as possible. They need to send in the more elites of Erebor Axe Warriors here. They're getting kind of cut down as well. You can see Knights of Silver Swan as well rear charging. We've got Varag Lancers flanking this way, trying to flank the Archers of the Red Mountains, and they did. And then you've got the Cavalry here of Gondor. It's just sandwiching them in. So the dwarves sandwiched between friend and foe here. It's turning into a bit of a bloody, brutal cavalry fight here. And I mean, in fairness, if Rohan brings his cav around, they could possibly encircle all this cav. I mean, there is a general here as well. He is probably wanting to get some kills, and I feel like Rohan should be thinking, I need to bring more cavalry over here. Gondor's bringing cav over here, and they should be trying to rush and try and take out as much of this eastern cav as possible. Serpent Spears here. They're going to support the cavalry fight by the looks of it as well. A really good move here, getting spears over here to try and pin down this cav. That will certainly be very good. Erebor seems to be making some progress, but his battle line is really disjointed right now. I'm not really sure why he didn't bring his archers over here. Like, he's got some, but like most of his crossbows and stuff are over here. And he actually has the rest of his army here. I don't know why he split his army in two, but he has. It's an interesting move, that is for sure. And I guess he wanted to give like maybe Rohan a little bit more of a punch, because like Rohan's infantry does suck, as we've been over. But you can see here, like I said, these Ringlow Vale are going to get pushed back. The Muhad Beast Tamers are just too strong. They are heavy spears after all. They're going to have to send up something a bit more powerful themselves, like Gondor, maybe some Gondor swords. It looks like they brought a lot of spears, a lot of Citadel Guard, which I don't know if it's the greatest idea in the world. They're also just focusing Gondor Archers focusing down Black Serpent's Rangers. Not a bad idea. These guys got really good. They're really accurate, but they are also, like any Ranger unit, very, very vulnerable to Archer fire. So I have to see how they do. But yeah, they are actually getting kind of focused down. So I'm sure if they focus them down one at a time, they just annihilate them. But you can see here, it seems as though Lokirim's starting to get routed. Ered of these folds trying to do their best, trying to get hammer and anvils where possible. This is a pretty brutal fight over here, very close. And I mean, we've got Serpent Spears in here winning this fight for Harad, but I mean, it seems like the Varag Lancers are going to be the ones that make the final kills, getting those archers there. But yeah, it's very, very close. I mean, the dwarves, I feel like if they had their entire army over here, would have just overwhelmed this force, and I don't know why they didn't. I feel like Rohan can hold his own. Rohan should have been thrown up against Harad. Actually, I say that Rohan definitely couldn't be Harad. I take that back. Rohan's just couldn't stop that shock infantry. But yeah, the swords here, they're doing a bit. Cutting through these Dwarven warriors. I feel like they should have brought more axes. I don't know what the price range was, but if they had like enough money for their axes, they should have brought more of those the Erebor axes. They are really, really good. Really hard to break through. But they're about to get rear charged now by Varag Lancers, and in they go, knocking down this Dwarven line. And his Axe Warrior unit's going to be just, well, made redundant. And they're bringing on over even more forces. I don't think these are necessary, but we've got Wards of Rune here, and they are going to be sent in by the looks of it, or at least brought up for reserves. And I don't know if they're going to be needed, to be honest. But who knows? Yeah, I'd say that. I feel like this flank over here is all but done, but we are going to see a charge by Gondor, and he's going to go into these Eastling archers here. The Cav pushing on through. Really good charge there. Look at that, Lokirim archers losing decisively. Which is no surprise, they have just been charged by a fresh Gondor cavalry. And we also got Gondor's general over here as well. I mean, they could potentially get Gondor's general. I feel like the objective of the the forces good here should have been to try and get that Eastling general. He was very much exposed at one point. But as you can see here, look at this, Harad being broken. They've sent in the Gondor swords and they broke through. We've already got the shock infantry in it as well. These guys are losing decisively against Spears and Ringlow Vale. I feel like that's because of archer support. I feel like the archers have definitely focused these guys down a lot, which is unfortunate because they are a really good shock infantry and everyone knows that now. And they are doing so well against the Gondor swords here. They're beating them. These guys are just brutal. And you can see they're retreating and they're losing men for that. And they're going to try and flank these Citadel guards and also stop the Gondor swords coming in. I mean, I feel like the shock infantry is just not going to get the kills that it could get. They need support. They may be a little late. Maybe a little late. Where is Harad's support? He's got some spears here, but yeah, he's just allowing his really elite shock infantry to just get kind of messed up, really. I mean, they're getting surrounded by Gondor swords. It's what it's taking to surround them. But look at this. In the background, they're coming. The Mummoks of Harad are on the way. They're going to try and save their shock infantry brethren, I guess, maybe. Look at them, they're looking glorious. They're coated in blood, though, even if they are losing. You can see pikes setting up. We've got spears here. They're going to try and stop this Mummok charge, and I don't blame them. The archers need to focus these guys down. And, I mean, they're probably going to get this sword unit here, but it's a small win, I feel. Or maybe not. They're not interested. They're going into the backs of the Gondor swords here, trying to break through to their shock infantry. And they go. I hate that the lighting is not so great. God damn it, Attila. They've broken through all the way through. And they've just destroyed that poor Gondor sword infantry unit down to 44 and breaking. This Gondor sword here needs to try and just rush the archers here, maybe. You see spears and pikes just rushing in, trying to do their bit. And we've got some more heavy shock over there as well, also trying to get involved. And I mean, these baby Mummoks, oh, look at this. The archers ran out of ammo at the wrong time. They really did. They need more ammunition over here just to take these guys out. So they're going to be a problem otherwise. You can see Vanguard trying to get across, trying to put them in. Enemy general is dead. So they got Gondor's general. Gondor is now without a general by the looks of it. And there's also an onager here for Rohan, who is just fresh ammo. Why has this not been firing? I mean, there's not really much for it to fire at. Why it's not with Rohan's army, I don't know as well. It seems like we've got the rest of the dwarves around here. They're focusing down the Loki Rim and other stuff like this. But yeah, I feel like they need to get a move on. They need to get in there. Mustard archers, yeah, these guys are just going to be nothing. They're not going to do anything. They need to get in there. They need to start doing some work. I mean, Prince Theodoric could just charge some of these sword lines if he wanted to. But yeah, Gondor is making some good progress over here. And as you can see, the Mummoks were standing down to 12 of 20. And there you go. I mean, they're rushing into the spears here. Got Gondor spears here. They are getting knocked about. Ooh, so many Gondor dead here. So many men of the west dying here against the men of the east. But the spears are certainly stopping the Mummoks, but they are gonna, yeah, the Mummoks are just gonna charge into the swords now. They're rushing in the Citadel Guard, trying to stop the Mummoks with these boys. It's not a bad idea. But the, yeah, Citadel Guard getting focused down in the back. This unit must be getting like messed up. Don't know. And look at this though, shock infantry here. These ones might have a bit more joy. They are kind of chopping down archers. But you've got to chop down some, I guess, but they are getting speared by pikes as well. And look at that, into the back come the Mummoks, and they're going to go into the pikes. I mean, they are dying, they are breaking. They're going to break soon, I imagine. They've done an absolute great piece of work here. Look at this, Vanguard unit get reduced, losing decisively 47 men left. That was a fresh Vanguard unit, and those Mummoks kind of sacrificed themselves to silence them, or to just kill them off. And yeah, these shock infantry here may be able to just about win this fight. Well, their little fight. I don't know if they'll win the entire battle in their front. Who knows? We've got the Serpent Guard General now coming up. He's going to charge Gondor's archers. Gondor is rapidly running out of resources after looking really strong moments ago.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
It looks, because he sent Citadel Guard around here, he looks like he sent quite a bit around here. He's got Knights of the Mark still, we've still got Knights of House of Earl. It looks like they are retreating a lot of forces in this direction, and you can see like what was victorious in this flank here is now coming around to try and stop Gondor. It's kind of a race against time. Gondor still has assets, still has healthy Fountain Guard, and he also has some Citadel Guard and Gondor Spears, but he needs to somehow kill Harad's general pretty soon, and somehow stop all these hordes of elite units. Still got healthy wards of Rune, still got archers with ammo, serpent spears. They're not elite, but they are pretty good. Yeah, we'll have to see how they do. Over here, it seems as though Rohan's not doing too bad, to be fair. Charging in here with his cavalry, knocking down the Lokirim. Now they need to just carry on. This Knights of the Mark should just carry on and just get through here, because it was doing so much damage, doing really, really good damage. It may break this Maceman unit anyway, and they can just rush in here. But it seems like the Dwarves are just like under... They just don't have enough troops. They're undermanned on this front, trying to take on the Eastlings. The Dwarven Barrack Guard, they should do pretty well. These crossbows are running for their lives. What's breaking here? Arable crossbows, yeah, being broken. You can see here as well, Dwarven Barrack Guard losing. And we're about to see Loki and Maceman, I guess, close in and just surround these guys. What Dwarven Barrack Guard even doing? They just need to engage these walls of Ruin, get some kills, slow these guys down. Spears here is not also going to stop the walls of Ruin. That's what the walls of Ruin want to fight. They want to fight spears, Dwarven or not. I guess we're about to see crossbows focus these Macemen down, but I feel that's again not necessary. We're about to see Erling Men at Arms come around. They really need to get a move on. Does Rohan needs to just piling troops. Knights of the Mark should just charge towards Ruin as well. But yeah, it doesn't seem like they want to. I guess they're a little bit worried of the general coming around, which is not a bad idea. A combo of cavalry and shock infantry would be nasty. Yeah, they're getting focused on the Knights of the Mark needs to charge that shock infantry and reduce it, because they're going to put pole arms into that choke point straight away. Over here, Gondor not looking so great now. Still looking really rough. And again, it's like elite spears up against elite shock infantry. The elite shock infantry is going to win every time. Spears versus shock. That's like, shock is designed to kill spears in this game, or in this mod. Serpent Guard in the back lines here, and they're just going to rush these guys down. And that is the end of that Citadel Guard, you imagine. That's probably, well, it might break. It may not. They should try and form a square. I don't know if they can while they're in combat, but like, it's a very good anti-cav unit. Cav formation, sorry. Yeah, Fountain Guard here getting surrounded by archers now, and they're just getting cut down bit by bit. The elites of Gondor being picked apart. These guards of the Citadel. Guards of the White Tree of Gondor. Look at them losing decisively. Oh god, they might break at 60 men, to be honest. Well, they have broken. Oh, that's sad to see. Well, actually, they haven't. They're still here. Ours have lost the general, though. Oh, Bane of the Steppes general being killed here. What did he come out of? A fight with the Citadel Guard. Yeah, not a charge you want to really retreat from, especially when your general's just banged up. But, I mean, I feel like this is the pretty beaten up Eastling army, so I feel like this doesn't matter too much. Because he's kind of being assisted by Harad right now. The last hope is that somehow Rohan can break through these lines. As I said, though, this Halberdier unit's kind of formed up here. But I mean, if Rohan was aware, this Erling retainer here could just flank around the Halberdiers. That's all he needs to do, just flank around them, and he's in behind and he kills this unit. But yeah, Loki and Maceman, they are just not gonna be phased by these Erling retainers. Much more elite shock infantry. And they'll cut these guys down. It's nice to see green versus red, though. Kind of satisfying. I don't know why. It's like good versus evil a bit. Green being the notorious good colour. As you can see over here, like Arable Spear Guards and Erling Men at Arms. It's just not going to be enough to stop these Macemen. And the shock infantry as well. Barrack Guard, I'm kind of surprised getting their ass handed to them. They're like the elite shock infantry of the Dwarves. The best of the best. And these guys are like struggling. But yeah, I wonder if the Dwarves, if they just kind of pushed in one spot, they would have maybe succeeded. I know that they wanted to support Rohan, but Rohan could have just taken it slower. He was the last one in anyway. It wasn't like he was first in, like he was just going to sacrifice his army. If the Dwarves had just sent in all their army in one spot, I feel like they may have broken through. Because they got in like in little pieces in different areas, and it's not really worked for them. I know they were trying to support the flanks. But honestly, the Dwarves through the center, down the center, may have just been the best way. Dwarves have got low, they've got no cav here today. They may have just been best just going straight down the center and just trying to break through these early men at arms here, just getting evaporated by this one charge from the Varag Lancers. They just need to like either get into combat and get some kills, or they just need to prepare to defend against the cav. Either way, they're probably getting killed off. Ward's Rune here, they're just going to chop through these early men at arms, unfortunately. Not a good day for them. And you can see here, Rohan's actually making some gains. Knights of the Mark, they're coming on their way. They're going to get a nice rear charge. Oh, I thought they were going to get a rear charge on those Locurum archers, but instead they're going to, well, I guess they've got multiple targets they can go for. Maceman, they can go oh, a general has fallen. That is Harad's general has died, I believe. Harad's general has died. Fighting the Knights of the Mark, or Knights of House of Earl here, which are still alive. So this is still got pretty good cav out here. We did miss that charge because we were checking out on Harad's general dying, but Knights of the Mark did get a good charge into the backs of these Loki and Macemen. And now they're engaging with the pole arms. And that is not healthy for cav. Never engage pole arms with cav. Well, never engage cav with pole arms, sorry. Engage pole arms with cav if you can. This is just easy street for the Locrium pole arms. Look at that. And that cav's just gone. That was did so well. That's a shame. But yeah, I mean, Rohan's got like decent cav all the way out here. Still, he's got Knights of the Mark and Knights of House of Earl. It's still pretty close. I mean, 1,600 versus 1,200. But, I mean, it's mainly Rohan's forces left. It's like, if it was all dwarves left, I'd be like, oh boy, they have a chance. But I don't know. But yeah, these spears have gotten behind. Like I said, they just need to be aware of like their little flanks they have available. And these guys are in behind. The spears have got no choice, but like the polearms have to face this way and just suck up this punishment. Because otherwise they get hit by Prince Theodred or the spears. There is another polearm line setting up. I feel like this is going to be like the secondary line that they're forming up here. Rohan. Oh, and we've got more Mummuks. Oh my god. Didn't even see these guys. Yeah, Rohan's got nothing to contend with these guys. The archers that they have available as well weren't great. Maybe spears. They're rushing in spears now. But I feel like it's a little too late. The Mummuks are causing all sorts of havoc. And yeah, doing a lot of damage to these early men at arms. Yeah, they're losing decisively. Nothing stops the Mummuk kill. Not on their rampage. And they're going to go, well, anywhere they want. Anywhere they want. Harad may have lost his general, but it doesn't matter. These Mummuk kill are just as brutal with or without a general. They're going to go into the backs of these early men at arms here. And they'll break these guys pretty quickly. They were the ones flanking, and now they've been counterflanked by some big, angry, grey Mummukil. That's what we call them. Big, angry, grey blobs. Losing decisively. Look at the blob of, like, it's not even that big a blob. The masses of Rohirrim it's taken just to break one Locurum Maceman. So much. Archers, swords. The lot being thrown in. But unfortunately, this little flank that went on around here with the rest of the dwarves and Rohan has been broken. Prince Theodred is now in behind as well. He can maybe rear charge these pole arms. He needs to just stay away from the baby Mummukil at all costs, though. That is not a healthy scenario for him. He's actually maybe going to go after Eastling General and Cav here. I don't know if that was his best choice either. Maybe he wants to support his infantry, but he's going to go in for these Wars of Rune. Pretty good charge there onto them. I mean, it's a small win, but he's now like deep in like enemy infantry and cav. Like, he's just going to get picked apart here if he keeps retreating. Not the greatest moves. Yeah, he's just going to try and retreat out of there. He should just rear charge his polearm. His polearm's asking to be rear charged. I mean, he's got it there with healthy numbers, but he's just getting harassed everywhere he goes. Cavalry, elephants, infantry. He's going to go in here against the other shock infantry. Pretty good charge. Didn't get really the right angle there, so I couldn't really show you that in the perfect light, but there you go. Yeah, I think he's just trying to break stuff as quickly as possible. I don't know. Prince Theodred losing decisively is not a good sign. Wavering now. And that might be him done.
The enemy are losing ground.
And there he goes. I think that's Rohan out for the battle, and that's the forces good being forced back. Seems like evil is going to prevail here today. Seems like the servants of Sauron are going to keep the fight alive for a little longer, even with the Black Gate gone and Sauron dead. Their belief is still there. They believe in Melkor and Sauron. Their fight continues. They're going to have to... The forces are good. They're going to have to find a new leader. Gondor is gone. Rohan is gone. The dwarves are gone. Maybe it'll be the elves. The time the elves will have to return. Or maybe Gondor will just muster a new army. I guess Aragorn wasn't here. Have to muster a new army to take on the forces of evil in the east. But yeah, what is left? How has this catapult, by the way, survived? I know it's kind of been shadowed by Cav, but I'm surprised they did not take this out. This thing was just easy enough to take out, I would have felt. But yeah, there's a little bit of Rohirrim Cav left, which definitely could have, like... It's kind of been taken out of the battle because it was just defending a catapult. This catapult should have been with the main army, so it could have been protected maybe by infantry. So this cavalry could have been used much more effectively. This Knights of the House of Earl, 56 out of 70 men. That could have been, like, so useful. Like, if it was actually in the battle. But yeah, there you go. Last spear gone. Early men at arms just annihilated. I guess we're going to see a charge here by a small Knights of the Mark. They're probably going to try and charge us Wards of Rune. I feel like the Wards of Rune here are just going to have to accept their fate. Knights of the Mark should just charge them head on. Do as much damage as possible. I don't know where they think they're going to go. Otherwise, yeah. Go in, boys. Just go in. Charge them. Death. Glory for Rohan. Because, I mean, there's just a horde of infantry around there. Is that the Knights of the House of Earl? Yeah, they just charged straight on into a massive cavalry down here. This is not healthy. A massive cavalry and elephants. This is not healthy. That's not healthy. You know, the Knights of Mark there, broken, and everything else breaks. And we get a Pyrrhic victory for Harad and its allies. So we'll quickly go over some of the kills. We have Corruptor Master here who sent this one in. He was playing as Harad. He did pretty well with his army. I mean, his shock infantry, even though they were getting surrounded, got 140 kills, and this one got 276, and this one had much more joy. His general, before he died, 172 kills, 130 kills with the Muhad Beast Tamers. His spears getting 120, like his just basic ones. His archers not doing so great, getting focused down by Gondors, but it allowed his Mumma kill to succeed because all the ammo had been used up. 272 kills, 322, some very good kills there. Then we have Fernandez playing as one of the Eastling armies, 191 kills with the Locrian Macemen, 163 with the Varag Warriors, 141 with the Wards of Rune. I guess he could have done a little bit better maybe, but who knows. They're still pretty healthy. We've got 96 kills here, nearly 100 kills with the Carnage Sentries, not too bad, and his Cav not doing so great here. Then we have Killer, who was playing as the other Eastling army, 160 kills with his Bane of the Steppes, 139 kills with his Locrian Maceman, 222 with this one, very nice on one. Oof, one kill with this one though. 218 kills with the Wards Rune, 268 with this one, 295 with his Halberds, really, really well done. 181 kills with the Archers, the best one of the bunch, but most of them did really well, and 286 kills with Varag Lancers, 341 with this one. Really well done there, Killer. Then we have General Benabal, who was playing as Gondor, 257 kills with Knights of Silver Swan. His Ringlow Vale, as expected, didn't do so great, not as well as Gondor's Swords, getting 174 kills. Yeah, Citadel Guards not really getting many kills. They were trying to be like anti-elephants, and they kind of did okay, but not that great. Certainly his elites just did not perform at Gondor. Maybe better just bring more Gondor Swords. They do pretty well. 142 kills with his Gondor Archers. I certainly would have brought another archer if he could have, because he needed every archer he could get. 180 kills is nice as Silver Swan as well. 116 with his Gondor Cav, not too bad. Then we have Fior playing as Erebor. 109 kills as Mansion Claimers. Yeah, his basic infantry, like Erebor Axes and Dwarven Warriors, not so great. 83 kills the best one here. Even his Dwarven Barrack Guard, I mean, one did really well, 219, 100, but this one getting 40 kills, not so great. And then the Erebor Axes here, getting 182 kills. I certainly wouldn't have bothered with the spears. I would have just doubled the axes up. Spears and axes cost the same, and the axes have such better melee attack. Well, they cost very similar amounts anyway. I just would have brought more axes. 139 kills with Erebor Spear Guards. It's not bad though. But he certainly would have done better, I think, with more axes. And also, just like I said, just being one combined army. 127 kills with his archers, the Red Mountain, and his crossbows. Really rough for them. And then we've got Leon here playing as Rohan. 91 kills with Deirdre before he fell. 116 kills with the Erling Retainers. And then, yeah, his spears, just nothing that great here, unfortunately. His archers as well, only getting 50 kills here. His Cav did really well, though. 171 kills with the Area of the Eastfold. 235 with his other one here. His Knights of the Mark getting 269 kills, 281, and the Knights of the House of Earl getting 195 kills. Really, really well done. It would have been better bringing in like another cavalry unit than another like onager, or maybe some elite infantry or archers instead of that onager, I feel. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy. It seems as though the forces of evil will survive for a little longer until a grander army of good arrives to crush them once and for all. But if you enjoyed, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.